Digital technology is becoming an important part of everyday life. Even in villages, people are slowly using mobile phones, internet services, and online platforms for many activities. These technologies together form what we call digital infrastructure. Digital infrastructure simply means the systems that allow people to connect to the internet and use digital services. This includes mobile networks, internet cables, broadband connections, data centers, smartphones, and digital service platforms. In cities, digital infrastructure is already very common. People use online banking, online shopping, digital education, and video calls every day. But in villages, these services are still developing. Many rural areas are gradually getting access to internet connections and digital services. Imagine a farmer in a village who wants to know the weather forecast before sowing crops. With a smartphone and internet connection, the farmer can easily check weather updates. This simple access to information can help the farmer make better decisions. In another village, students may use online learning apps to study mathematics or science. This gives them access to quality education even if their school has limited resources. Digital infrastructure also allows villagers to access government services without traveling long distances. People can apply for certificates, pensions, or government schemes online through local service centers. For small shop owners in villages, digital payments allow them to receive money easily using mobile apps. Customers can pay using QR codes without needing cash. All these examples show how digital infrastructure can improve daily life in rural areas. But digital infrastructure is not only about technology. It is also about creating opportunities. When villages are digitally connected, people can learn new skills, access better services, and participate in the digital economy. In this session, we will explore how digital infrastructure works in villages, why it is important, and how it can transform rural communities in India. Digital infrastructure plays a powerful role in rural development. It helps connect villages with information, services, and opportunities that were once available only in cities. For many years, rural communities faced challenges in accessing education, healthcare, markets, and government services. People often had to travel long distances to towns or cities to complete simple tasks. Digital technology is slowly changing this situation. When villages have internet connectivity and digital tools, people can access information instantly. This helps them make better decisions in farming, education, health, and business. For example, farmers can use mobile apps to check crop prices in nearby markets. This allows them to sell their produce at better prices instead of relying only on local traders. Students in villages can watch educational videos and attend online classes. This helps them learn from teachers and experts across the country. Digital infrastructure also improves communication. Families can stay connected with relatives working in other cities through video calls and messaging apps. Another important benefit is access to government services. Many government schemes are now available through online portals. Villagers can apply for documents such as Aadhaar updates, land records, or pension schemes through digital platforms. Healthcare services are also improving through digital infrastructure. In some villages, doctors in cities provide consultations through video calls. This service is known as telemedicine. Digital payments are another example. Small shopkeepers and farmers can receive payments using mobile apps or QR codes. This reduces the need for cash and makes transactions safer. When rural areas become digitally connected, new job opportunities also appear. Young people can work in digital service centers, online businesses, or remote jobs. Digital infrastructure also supports local entrepreneurship. People can start online businesses, sell handmade products through digital platforms, or offer digital services in their communities. In simple words, digital infrastructure helps villages become more connected, more informed, and more empowered. It supports education, healthcare, agriculture, governance, and economic growth. That is why digital connectivity is now considered an important part of sustainable rural development. Digital connectivity simply means the ability of people and devices to connect to the internet and communicate with each other. When a village has good digital connectivity, people can access information, services, and communication tools through mobile phones or computers. Think about how we use mobile phones today. We send messages, watch videos, make online payments, and search for information. All of this becomes possible only when there is a stable internet connection. In villages, digital connectivity mainly depends on mobile networks and broadband internet connections. Mobile towers transmit signals that allow phones to connect to the internet. Broadband networks, often built using fiber optic cables, carry high-speed internet data across long distances. For example, imagine a student living in a rural village who wants to attend an online class. The student opens a learning app on a smartphone and joins a live lesson. This is possible because the mobile network or broadband connection allows the phone to connect to the internet. Digital connectivity also supports communication between people. Farmers can join WhatsApp groups to share farming tips. Villagers can contact relatives in other cities through video calls. Teachers can send assignments to students using digital platforms. Another important part of digital connectivity is the speed and reliability of the internet connection. If the connection is slow or unstable, it becomes difficult to watch videos, attend online classes, or access digital services. This is why governments and organizations are working to improve internet connectivity in rural areas. They are building new mobile towers, laying fiber optic cables, and expanding broadband networks. Digital connectivity also requires devices such as smartphones, tablets, or computers. These devices act as tools that allow people to access the internet and use digital services. In simple words, digital connectivity is the bridge that connects villages to the digital world. It allows rural communities to learn, communicate, and access services that were once difficult to reach. As connectivity improves, villages can become more connected to markets, schools, hospitals, and government services. This makes digital connectivity a very important foundation for rural development. Over the past decade, internet access in rural India has grown significantly. Many villages now have at least some level of internet connectivity, mainly through mobile networks. Earlier, internet services were mostly limited to cities and large towns. Rural areas had very limited access to digital technologies. However, with the spread of smartphones and mobile networks, the situation is gradually improving. Today, many villages use smartphones to access the internet. They watch videos, use social media, search for information, and communicate with friends and family. For example, a farmer may watch videos on crop management techniques. A student may search for educational tutorials on subjects like mathematics or science. A shopkeeper may use digital payment apps to receive money from customers. Even though internet access has improved, there are still differences between urban and rural connectivity. In many villages, internet speeds may be slower. Sometimes network signals may be weak, especially in remote areas. Another challenge is digital awareness. Some villages may have smartphones but may not know how to use the internet effectively. They may only use a few basic features such as calls and messaging. There are also villages where internet access is still limited or unreliable. In such places, people may need to travel to nearby towns to access certain digital services. Despite these challenges, the number of rural internet users continues to grow every year. Young people in villages are becoming more familiar with digital tools and online platforms. Government programs and private telecom companies are also working to expand network coverage and improve internet speeds in rural areas. The goal is to ensure that people in villages have the same digital opportunities as those living in cities. Better connectivity can support education, agriculture, healthcare, and local businesses. As internet infrastructure improves, rural communities will be able to participate more actively in the digital economy and benefit from new opportunities. One of the major initiatives to improve digital infrastructure in rural India is the BharatNet project. This is a government program designed to bring high-speed broadband internet to villages across the country. The main goal of BharatNet is to connect village councils, also known as Gram Panchayats, with fiber optic internet networks. Fiber optic cables can carry large amounts of data at very high speeds. These cables are laid underground across long distances and connect villages with larger internet networks. Once a Gram Panchayat receives broadband connectivity, internet services can be extended to homes, schools, hospitals, and local service centers. For example, a village school connected through broadband internet can access online learning resources. Teachers can show educational videos or conduct digital classes for students. Health centers in villages can also benefit from broadband connectivity. Doctors in cities can provide advice through telemedicine platforms, helping patients receive medical guidance without traveling far. BharatNet also supports common service centers, which provide digital services to villages. These centers help people access government schemes, print documents, apply for certificates, and perform digital payments. Another advantage of rural broadband is that it allows local entrepreneurs to start internet-based services. For example, a young person in the village may open a small digital service shop where villagers can access online forms and digital services. By expanding broadband connectivity, BharatNet aims to reduce the digital gap between rural and urban areas. The project also helps support digital education, rural businesses, and access to government services. When villages have reliable broadband internet, many opportunities open up for students, farmers, and entrepreneurs. BharatNet is therefore an important step toward building strong digital infrastructure in rural India. Mobile networks are the most common way people in villages access the internet. Many rural households may not have computers or broadband connections, but they often have mobile phones. Mobile networks work through towers that transmit wireless signals. These signals allow mobile phones to connect to the internet and communicate with other devices. In many villages, people use mobile internet services such as 3G or 4G to access digital platforms. With a smartphone and mobile data plan, villagers can browse the internet, watch videos, and use mobile applications. For example, a farmer may use a mobile app to check weather updates before planning irrigation. A student may watch online lessons to understand difficult topics. A shopkeeper may accept digital payments through mobile apps. Mobile networks also help improve communication in rural areas. People can call family members, send messages, and stay connected with relatives working in other cities. Telecom companies play an important role in expanding mobile networks. They install towers in rural regions to improve signal strength and network coverage. However, some villages still face challenges such as weak signals or network congestion during peak hours. This can make internet services slow or unreliable. Improving mobile network infrastructure is therefore important for rural connectivity. Governments and telecom providers are continuously working to expand coverage and upgrade technology. In the future, newer technologies such as 5G may also reach rural areas. These advanced networks can provide faster internet speeds and support new digital services. Mobile networks have already transformed communication and information access in villages. With better network coverage, rural communities will be able to enjoy more reliable digital services. Smartphones have become one of the most important tools for digital access in villages. For many rural families, the smartphone is the first and only device they use to connect to the internet. Earlier, computers were expensive and difficult to maintain in rural areas. Smartphones, however, are more affordable and easy to use. Because of this, many villages now own smartphones. A smartphone allows people to perform many tasks using a single device. They can make calls, send messages, take photos, watch videos, and access internet services. For example, a farmer may use a smartphone to watch farming tutorials or learn new agricultural techniques. A student may use the phone to access online study materials or attend virtual classes. Smartphones also support digital payments. A shopkeeper can accept payments through QR codes using mobile apps. Customers can transfer money instantly without carrying cash. Women in rural areas are also using smartphones for communication, education, and small business activities. Some women use social media platforms to sell handmade products or promote local businesses. Smartphones also allow villagers to access government services. Many official portals and mobile apps provide information about government schemes, subsidies, and public services. Another important benefit is access to digital entertainment and news. Villagers can watch videos, listen to music, or follow news updates using their smartphones. However, digital literacy is important for using smartphones effectively. Some users may only use basic features and may not know about many useful digital services. Training programs and community workshops can help villagers learn how to use smartphones safely and productively. In simple terms, smartphones act as a gateway to the digital world for rural communities. As smartphones become more affordable and internet connectivity improves, more villagers will be able to participate in the digital economy and benefit from digital opportunities. Digital technology is slowly changing the way farmers work in villages. Today, many useful digital services are available that help farmers make better decisions about their crops, markets, and farming practices. In the past, farmers mostly depended on local experience or advice from nearby traders and neighbors. Sometimes this information was not accurate or complete. As a result, farmers could face losses due to wrong crop choices, unexpected weather changes, or low market prices. Digital services now provide farmers with reliable and timely information. For example, weather forecasting apps help farmers know when rain may arrive. If a farmer knows that heavy rain is expected tomorrow, the farmer can delay irrigation or harvesting activities. This helps protect crops and reduce losses. Market price information is another important service. Farmers can check the prices of crops in different markets using mobile apps or websites. This helps them decide where and when to sell their produce for better income. Some digital platforms also provide advice on crop diseases and pest control. Farmers can upload photos of affected plants and receive suggestions for treatment. This helps prevent crop damage and improve productivity. Another example is digital advisory services. Agricultural experts share information about modern farming techniques, soil health, fertilizer usage, and irrigation methods. Farmers can watch videos or read simple guides through mobile applications. In some villages, farmer groups use messaging platforms to share experiences and tips. For instance, if one farmer finds a new pest affecting crops, the information can quickly spread to other farmers in the village. Digital services also support government agricultural schemes. Farmers can register online for subsidies, crop insurance, or financial support programs. These services reduce the need for long travel to government offices and save valuable time. When farmers receive accurate information and guidance, they can plan their farming activities more effectively. In simple words, digital services act like a helpful guide for farmers. They provide knowledge, support, and connections that help farmers improve their productivity and income. As digital infrastructure expands in villages, more farmers will be able to benefit from these useful tools and resources. Education is one of the most important areas where digital infrastructure can make a big difference in villages. Online education allows students to access learning resources from anywhere, even if their schools have limited facilities. In many rural areas, schools may face challenges such as a shortage of teachers, limited learning materials, or lack of advanced subjects. Digital platforms can help bridge this gap by providing access to quality educational content. For example, students can watch video lessons on mathematics, science, or languages using smartphones or computers. These lessons are often explained by experienced teachers and can help students understand difficult topics more clearly. Online education also allows students to learn at their own pace. If a student does not understand a topic, the video can be paused and replayed again. This flexibility helps students learn better. Another advantage is access to a wide variety of learning resources. Students can explore educational apps, digital libraries, and practice tests that help improve their knowledge and skills. For example, a student preparing for competitive exams may use online mock tests and tutorials to practice regularly. Teachers in rural schools can also benefit from digital tools. They can use online resources to improve their teaching methods and provide better explanations in the classroom. During situations like natural disasters or health emergencies, online learning also helps students continue their education from home. Community centers and digital learning hubs in villages can provide shared internet access and computers for students who may not have devices at home. However, online education requires reliable internet connectivity and digital skills. Students must learn how to use digital tools responsibly and safely. Parents and teachers also play an important role in guiding students and encouraging them to use technology for learning. When digital infrastructure improves, online education can open many opportunities for rural students. It allows them to learn new subjects, build skills, and compete with students from other parts of the country. Healthcare services are often limited in many rural areas. Hospitals and specialist doctors are usually located in towns or cities, which may be far from villages. Telemedicine is a digital solution that helps improve healthcare access for rural communities. Telemedicine means consulting a doctor remotely using digital communication tools such as video calls, mobile apps, or online platforms. For example, a patient in a village can visit a local health center equipped with internet access. Through a video call, the patient can speak with a doctor located in a city hospital. The doctor can ask questions, review symptoms, and suggest treatment or medicines. This approach saves time and travel costs for patients who would otherwise need to travel long distances for medical advice. Telemedicine is especially useful for basic consultations, follow-up visits, and health monitoring. In some villages, digital health kiosks or service centers allow people to measure basic health indicators such as blood pressure, weight, or blood sugar levels. These results can then be shared with doctors online. Telemedicine can also support maternal health care. Pregnant women can receive guidance from medical professionals without frequent travel to distant hospitals. Health awareness programs are another benefit of digital connectivity. Villages can watch educational videos about nutrition, hygiene, and disease prevention. Although telemedicine cannot replace hospitals for serious medical conditions, it can greatly improve access to basic healthcare services. For telemedicine to work effectively, villages need reliable internet connections and trained health workers who can assist patients. When digital infrastructure supports healthcare systems, rural communities can receive better medical advice and improve their overall well-being. Telemedicine shows how digital technology can bring important services closer to people, even in remote villages. Digital payments are becoming increasingly common in villages. Instead of using only cash, people can now send or receive money through mobile applications and digital platforms. Digital payment systems allow transactions to happen quickly and securely. For example, a customer visiting a small village shop may pay using a QR code displayed at the shop counter. The customer scans the code using a mobile payment app and transfers the amount instantly. The shopkeeper receives the payment directly into a bank account. Farmers can also receive payments digitally when selling crops. Government subsidies and financial support programs are often transferred directly into bank accounts through digital systems. This process is called direct benefit transfer and helps reduce delays or middlemen. Digital payments also help people keep track of their expenses and savings. Mobile apps show transaction history, which makes financial management easier. For migrant workers who send money to their families in villages, digital transfers are faster and safer than carrying cash. Women in self-help groups also use digital payments to manage group savings and loan activities. However, using digital payments requires basic digital literacy. People must learn how to use payment apps safely and protect their personal information. Training programs and awareness campaigns can help villages understand digital financial tools. Reliable internet connectivity and smartphone access are also important for digital payment systems to work smoothly. When used correctly, digital payments bring convenience, transparency, and security to financial transactions. As digital infrastructure improves, digital payments will continue to play a major role in strengthening rural economies and supporting financial inclusion. Digital platforms are transforming how government services reach rural citizens. Earlier, villagers often had to travel long distances to government offices to apply for documents or access public services. Today, many of these services are available online. Through digital platforms, villagers can apply for certificates, check land records, register for welfare schemes, and receive important information about government programs. For example, a farmer may apply for crop insurance through an online portal. A student may apply for scholarships using digital forms. A citizen may download birth certificates or other official documents online. Digital platforms also improve transparency. People can track the status of their applications and receive updates through mobile messages. This reduces delays and helps prevent corruption or unnecessary middlemen. Local service centers often assist villagers who may not have internet access at home. Trained operators help people complete online applications and submit required documents. Digital governance also helps government departments manage records more efficiently. Data can be stored and processed digitally, making services faster and more organized. Public information campaigns can also reach villagers through digital channels such as mobile messages or online announcements. However, for digital governance to succeed, people must have access to internet connectivity and digital awareness. Training programs and community support can help villagers learn how to use digital government services effectively. When government services become digital, it reduces travel time, saves money, and improves convenience for rural citizens. Digital platforms therefore play a key role in making governance more accessible and efficient for village communities. Common Service Centers, often called CSCs, are important digital access points in many villages across India. These centers act as small digital service hubs where villagers can access various online services with the help of trained operators. A CSC usually has computers, internet connectivity, printers, and other digital equipment. A local entrepreneur or operator manages the center and assists villagers in using digital services. For example, villagers may visit a CSC to apply for government schemes, print important documents, or complete online registrations. Farmers can use these centers to apply for crop insurance, update Aadhaar details, or check agricultural information. Students may use CSCs to apply for scholarships, fill examination forms, or access educational resources. CSCs also support digital payments, banking services, and bill payments. Some centers provide services such as opening bank accounts, transferring money, or paying electricity bills. These services help people save time and travel costs because they do not need to visit distant offices. CSCs also create employment opportunities for rural youth who manage and operate these centers. In many villages, the CSC operator becomes an important digital guide for the community. Villagers who are not comfortable using computers or smartphones can receive help and learn how to access digital services. CSCs therefore play a crucial role in expanding digital access and promoting digital literacy in rural areas. As digital infrastructure improves, these centers will continue to support rural communities by providing convenient access to important services. Digital skills are becoming increasingly important in today's world. For rural youth, learning digital skills can open many opportunities for education, employment, and entrepreneurship. Digital skills include basic abilities such as using smartphones, operating computers, browsing the internet, and using online applications. For example, a young person in a village may learn how to use word processing software, send emails, or manage online documents. These skills are useful for many types of jobs and educational activities. More advanced digital skills include website development, graphic design, digital marketing, and online business management. With these skills, rural youth can start freelance work, provide digital services, or even build online businesses. Training programs, government initiatives, and community learning centers often offer digital literacy courses for rural youth. These programs help young people learn how to use technology safely and effectively. Digital skills also support entrepreneurship. For example, a rural entrepreneur may use social media platforms to promote handmade products or agricultural goods. Another youth may start a digital service center that helps villagers access online services. Learning digital skills also helps young people stay informed about new opportunities such as online courses, remote work, or digital job platforms. In simple terms, digital skills act like a key that opens the door to the digital economy. When rural youth develop these skills, they can contribute to the development of their communities and build better futures for themselves. Even though digital infrastructure is improving, many villages still face challenges in accessing reliable digital services. One common challenge is weak internet connectivity. In some remote villages, network signals may be unstable or slow, making it difficult to access online platforms. Another issue is limited digital awareness. Some villagers may not know how to use smartphones, mobile applications, or online services effectively. Affordability can also be a challenge. Smartphones, internet data plans, and digital devices may be expensive for some families. Electricity supply is another important factor. If power supply is unreliable, it becomes difficult to charge devices or operate digital equipment. Infrastructure development in remote areas may also take time due to geographical challenges such as mountains, forests, or long distances. Language barriers can sometimes make digital platforms difficult for rural users if information is not available in local languages. These challenges highlight the need for continued investment and support to improve digital infrastructure in rural areas. Improving digital connectivity in villages requires cooperation between governments, private companies, and local communities. One important solution is expanding network infrastructure. This includes building more mobile towers and extending broadband fiber networks to rural areas. Government initiatives and telecom companies are working together to increase internet coverage and improve network speeds. Digital literacy programs are also important. Training workshops can help villagers learn how to use smartphones, internet services, and digital applications. Community centers such as common service centers can provide guidance and support to people who need help using digital tools. Affordable smartphones and data plans can encourage more people to adopt digital technologies. Public Wi-Fi hotspots in villages can also provide shared internet access for students and community members. Local entrepreneurs can play an important role by offering digital services and helping others learn how to use technology. When these solutions are implemented together, rural communities can experience significant improvements in digital connectivity and access. The future of digital infrastructure in villages looks promising. With ongoing technological progress and supportive policies, rural areas are gradually becoming more connected to the digital world. In the coming years, more villages will gain access to high-speed internet through fiber networks and improved mobile technologies. Digital services will continue to expand in areas such as agriculture, education, healthcare, and financial services. Farmers may use advanced tools such as smart sensors, weather monitoring systems, and digital marketplaces to improve productivity. Students in villages may access virtual classrooms and advanced learning platforms that connect them with teachers from across the country. Healthcare services may include remote monitoring and improved telemedicine facilities. Digital entrepreneurship may also grow in rural areas as young people start online businesses and digital service ventures. These developments will help reduce the gap between rural and urban opportunities. When villages become digitally connected, they can participate more actively in the national economy. The concept of digital villages represents communities where technology supports development, communication, and access to services. With continued effort and collaboration, digital infrastructure can transform rural life and create new opportunities for future generations. Digital infrastructure is becoming an essential part of rural development. It connects villages to information, services, and opportunities that can improve quality of life. Through internet connectivity, mobile networks, and digital platforms, villages can access education, healthcare, financial services, and government programs. Farmers benefit from digital advisory services and market information. Students gain access to online learning resources. Patients can consult doctors through telemedicine. Digital payments make financial transactions easier and safer. Government services become more accessible through online platforms. Common service centers help bridge the gap for people who may not have internet access at home. However, challenges such as connectivity issues, digital literacy, and affordability still exist in some rural areas. Addressing these challenges requires continued investment in infrastructure, training programs, and community support. When rural communities gain access to digital tools and knowledge, they become more empowered and connected to the wider world. Digital infrastructure is not just about technology. It is about creating opportunities for education, employment, entrepreneurship, and social development. By strengthening digital connectivity in villages, societies can support inclusive growth and ensure that rural communities benefit from the digital revolution. With the right efforts and collaboration, digital infrastructure can help villages build a brighter and more sustainable future.